This is an audiobook for fanfiction named True God of Creation in the Multiverse by none other than yours truly, Ikami-sama_1126. This is the part 2 of this series, containing chapters from 5 to 10. Synopsis. After death, a man meets with the physical manifestation of the will of the multiverse. Will of the multiverse provides him the opportunity to be the next god of creation of the multiverse. The book version of this story is being uploaded on scibblehub and web novel every Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's continue the story from where we left the last time, from Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Meeting Tonk's family. After being teleported as I stepped outside the fireplace, I saw Ted and Andromeda standing in front to welcome me. "Hey Ted, long time no see," I said as I shook hands with him. While me being in my 19-years-old metamorphosis transformation, I still hadn't told them that I'm biologically a 9-year-old boy. Currently, I am wearing a simple white shirt and jeans with an overcoat that looks extremely good on me, and why wouldn't it be, as Maya is the one who chose it for me. I also have a wand in my wand holder strapped to my hand, made from the wood of the Tree of Life inside Haven with Emerald's feather as its core. Ted and Andromeda thought of me as a talented young man in my late teens. "Will, my friend, it has been a long time indeed. It seems you've gotten so busy after being a millionaire that you've forgotten about your old friend Ted." It was true, and I didn't tell him yet that I am near becoming a billionaire. I replied to him only after kissing Andromeda's hand. "Come on, that's not true at all. How can I forget Andromeda's cooking?" I joked. "Hi Andromeda, it seems that you've been taking good care of Ted," I said, gesturing towards Ted growing a belly. Andromeda smiled and greeted me back. "Hello, Will." "And I've been telling him to start working out, but he won't listen." Though. She paused as she glanced at my belly, which was toned, 8-pack, under my t-shirt. "Seems that no one is taking care of you." It felt like an inquiry. I chuckled. "Oh, but I do have some people, and they have been taking good care of me." "What?" Ted seemed shocked and Andromeda seemed more interested than surprised when they heard it. "Looks like they are really surprised to know that I truly never talked about my family in front of them in the first place," I thought. "Yeah, as you might have already guessed, William isn't my true name," I said with a small smile. Both Ted and Andromeda looks at each other at this. Then Ted says with a nod, "You are right, we already know that you are using a fake name." After I used my connections and found out that there is no wizarding family with the name Celsius in British community of wizards. Now it is my turn to be shocked when I heard that he didn't find any traces of the Celsius family in the British community of wizards. While it is true that a few old families only remember the Celsius family at this time, how couldn't Ted find nothing about it at all when the Black family has one of their daughter married in it 3 generations ago? Wait, no way, Andromeda doesn't know about the marriage that happened 2 generations before her, I thought to myself in shock while looking at Andromeda with a shocked expression. "Hey, did I say something wrong just now?" Ted asked me, noticing my shocked expression, followed by Andromeda, who noticed me looking at her with a shocked look on my face. "Yes, is everything alright, Will?" "Ah. Yes, everything is alright. I was just a little bit surprised that even you, Andromeda, didn't know about the Celsius family when one of your great-aunts had married into our family 3 generations ago." "What?" Exclamation mark. Now it is their turn to be surprised. "What do you mean?" Andromeda asked me, after recovering a little from the surprise she just got. Even before I started, I was cut off by a voice from upstairs. "Mom, Dad, what's happening? Why are you two shouting too loud?" the voice said as we all heard the sound of someone coming down the stairs, and from the voice and sound of the footsteps, that person was a 9 to 10-year-old girl. Coming to this conclusion, my mind froze as I thought, no way those footsteps belong to Dora. She should be around 15 right now, according to the original story. Ah. Yes, if it was the original story, but it is not. And I never confirmed her age with my shadows. Ah. That is the voice of my daughter Dora, whom I told you about during our talks, Ted said to me, and I mentally facepalmed myself. "I remember, but you never told me. Your daughter is so young." "I thought she was the same age as me," I replied with a blank face that caught Ted off guard and he started laughing like a fool. "Ha ha ha, it's that so." "Sorry, I must have forgotten to clear that part. Andromeda just shakes her head in disappointment at Ted's carefree behavior. You have my sympathy, I said to Andromeda with a look of sympathy on my face. That made Ted angry and both of us laughed at his reaction. Dad, what happened? Why are you angry? A voice stopped all of us. Then as I looked in the direction where the voice came from, I saw a cute 125 centimeters tall girl with purple hair with a shade of pink and purple eyes standing there in a pretty dark violet top and black skirt over black skin-tight jeans. And who you might be? The girl asked me after finally noticing my presence. Nymphadora. We have a Andromeda started but couldn't finish her sentence because Dora cut her off midway, as I saw a flash of embarrassment in her eyes as she said, "How many times do I have to tell you not to call me that?" She stopped mid-sentence as she noticed from the corner that her hair had started to change color. No. Chapter 7. Shocking the Tonks family Part 1. No, she shouted in horror before her appearance quickly changed. Her smooth and flowing pink hair quickly turned short and spiky. Her facial features didn't change much, but her face now looked much plainer. Though, I'd say it was still quite cute in my opinion. Yes, cute, not beautiful, as she is still a 9-year-old with no curves on her body, as it should be according to her age. Noticing my gaze on her, tears threatened to come out of her eye and in the next second she crouched down in her place, hiding her face in her knees, away from us, in an attempt to hide from the world itself like an ostrich. Seeing her series of actions, I understood that she didn't like being called Nymphadora, but more than that she didn't like being seen by outsiders when she uses the Metamorphoses ability. When I look at Ted and Andromeda, they give me an explanation that is the same as I concluded. If you allow, I might be able to help her, I asked the couple, who gave me permission with a nod after looking at each other. Okay, try not to be surprised too much by seeing my actions. I started walking towards Dora after warning them. Reaching her, I crouched down to be on the same level as her, then said, "Hey, Dora, can I call you that?" Not receiving any reply from her, I continued, "You know, you and I are very alike. Like you, I can also change my hair color and facial features." "Want to see me do that?" I asked her as I knew she was listening to me. "Okay, I am going to change my hair color. You can see if you want." Saying that, I started using my Metamorphose skill to continuously change my hair color from one color to another while also changing the length of my hair. Gasps. I hear the gasping sound of Ted and Andromeda as I continue using Metamorphose. A few seconds after hearing the gasping sound of her mother and father, Dora finally lifted her face only to be shocked like her parents. Seeing her shocked look, I didn't stop. Instead, I used Metamorphose to change my appearance, as the whole Tonks family looked at me with all their mouths open wide in surprise. 5 seconds later, I returned to my original appearance of a 127 centimeters tall 9-year-old boy with black night hair, blood red eyes on a cute-looking face, with my previous clothes also being shrunk down to match my current appearance. "Nice to meet you, Dora. I am Evan Starling Celsius, a friend of your father. But as you can see, our ages don't match so well. I only became friends with your father because I didn't have any friends of the same age as mine," I said near her ear in not so high voice, but I am sure Ted and Andromeda heard me as I heard him cursing me under his breath as Andromeda laughed out loud. "See, he is even cursing at me. Now he won't be friends with me anymore." I became lonely again, I said with an innocent face while pointing at the angry Ted. "So, I was thinking, the two of us are the same age. So, would you like to become friends with me?" I asked her, extending my hand to her while giving her my most charming smile. She looked at my extended hand with hesitation, so I gave her a bait. "Accept it. In exchange, I will tell you my secret to control the Metamorphosis ability." She took the bait and looked at me with a hopeful expression on her face as she asked, "Really, really?" I nodded. "Okay, I will be your friend." She took my hand and I used it to pull her up as she smiled a cute smile, letting her stand beside me. Both of us turned toward Ted and Andromeda, who were now smiling while looking at us. "Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Evan Starling Celsius, currently 9 years old, thus the youngest millionaire in the world and the only living member of the Celsius family, thus the head of the same." Then gesturing towards Dora, whose appearance has returned to its natural look, then I continued, and she is my newly made friend Dora. Hello, my name is Dora Tonk, daughter of Ted and Andromeda Tonks. Nice to meet you all, she said, playing along with my act. It's our pleasure to meet you too, Dora and I said at the same time with a bow. Hello, Andromeda returned our greetings, then gesturing towards the dining table that is filled with all types of delicacies she continued, why didn't you two join us for the dinner, as I would like to know more about you too, especially you, Mr. Evan. Okay, and please call me Evan. I am not a big fan of honorifics as I told you before, I told her as all of us walked toward the dinner table. Okay, Evan. You can also continue calling me by my name if you want, Andromeda said, followed by Ted. The same goes for me. Okay, but only in private. In public I will call you aunt and uncle. Is that okay? I asked while sitting on the chair next to Dora as we both sat facing Ted and Andromeda sitting on the other side of the table. That's okay. Now let's start dinner, said Andromeda. Following Andromeda, we started eating the dishes made by her as the three of us praised her. During dinner, I also talked about the circumstances regarding the Celsius family and me being its last descendant, followed by the marriage that happened 3 generations ago between the Celsius family and the Black family. As for why I told them so easily, it's because I know that they will not tell anyone else. I confirmed using my observation haki that I received as a reward for reaching level 25 along with Conqueror haki and Armament haki. In the last 3 years, I have mastered all 3 of them to advanced levels, and now I can sense people's movements, emotions, power levels, and intentions toward me. Moreover, I also have my shadows following them for their protection and to prevent accidental slips of information about me. After that, I tell Dora my secret to controlling my metamorphosis ability, which is to be proficient in using occlumency. Chapter 8, Shocking the Tonks Family Part 2. After the dinner ended, Andromeda served us all a cup of tea and then I asked them with an innocent smile, so now when you guys will be coming to my house? Right now or tomorrow? Huh? Your house? Ted starts in confusion, but a sharp glare from Andromeda makes him remember what I am talking about. Then Dora asks in excitement, your house? You have your own house? How big is it? For appearance's sake, I live at Celsius Mansion 11 Mark Street, Great Britain. But in reality, I live at a completely different place with my family in a 3-story modern mansion with 100 kilometers of farmland and forest around and a lake near it, I said as I remembered the changes that Haven has gone through in the last 5 years. So when will you be coming to my house? I said again. Dora looks at her parents with sparkling eyes, who in turn look at each other. After a second nod, and then Ted says with a smile, okay, we will come on the day after tomorrow. Hearing that, Dora's smile dims a little and she says, but I wanted to go now. Seeing the dejected Dora, I take a variety of sweets out of my inventory that I made in my free time and offered them to Dora, who accepted with a smile on her and started devouring them, as apparently she has sweet tooth like me, Maze, Astrid, and Amrin. When I was leaving, I gave a chocolate cake to Dora, who was sad about my departure, as after many years she has finally got a good friend who doesn't mind her appearance and other things. That's why she wants to spend more time with me. 2 days later, Tonk's family arrived at Celsius Mansion at noon just as they promised and were shocked to see a 3-story mansion with a color scheme of green and brown that gives the mansion an ancient and grand look, surrounded by a garden filled with different types of trees and flowers. Dora was shocked by the size of everything, whereas Tonk's couple was more shocked by the security wards that were there around the house for its protection and its inhabitants when they took their first step on the land of my house. Just as they entered my mansion, they disappeared from the eyes of the people on the street, and 2 golems that stood beside the main gates of the mansion as statues moved and greeted them. A very good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Tonks and young Miss Tonks. Master is waiting for your arrival. Please wait for a little while. Master is coming to pick you up as he has noticed your arrival through the words around the manor. Just as the golem finished, I came to welcome them inside, where I served them some tea. After the tea, Ted asked me about the wards around the house and where I got my hands on a ward stone, center of the wards around any house or building, as goblins have a monopoly on them and they are only sold to adult wizards through the Ministry of Magic. I told them the truth, that the wards around the mansion are something I created myself, from ward stone to everything, and that these wards are 10 times stronger than the goblin ward stones, and that no one can enter my property without my permission. As for the golems, they are also the work of my hands. After the 3 members of the Tonk family recovered from their first shock of the day, I asked them to follow me so that I could take them to my real home. Then I directly teleported all of us inside Haven near my house. On that day, the Tonk family received many shocks and surprises as they met Maya and Astrid and came to know about the existence of another world and some truth about the true identity of me and my family members. Of course, I didn't tell them everything. After knowing all sorts of things about me and my family, the expressions of all 3 Tonks were divided into 2 types. The Tonks couple were shocked and amazed, whereas Dora was more interested in knowing more about me and interesting things about these worlds. But one thing common in all 3 of them was that they didn't freak out after knowing all this and continued to behave normally towards me after getting to know all sorts of things. Half of it is because of how well the Tonks couple knows me for the last 4 years, as Dora thinks of me as her friend and has a good impression of me through her parents and from our meeting yesterday. The half is because of the Haven itself, which passively helped the 3 digest all this information without freaking out. In the last 5 years, it has reached 103 Latvian Lati and gained many features and abilities, and one of them is a passive ability that gives a passive relaxing and soothing effect to people's minds and souls. Before their departure to their home, I gave each of them a 12 by 8 cm metal plate with a series of magic circles printed around all 4 borders of it and Celsius family crest at the center of its back that has a true dragon resting on a circular stone in a circle. Lastly, a small rectangular box with 4 small rectangles below it, and after that is a number keyboard for typing numbers. This metal plate is one of my creations which I named LRCD, Long Range Communication Device. Its appearance is based on the 1997's mobile phones. They work as modern mobile phones of 1997 with the features like call, message service, and phone number directory. After that, Ted, Andromeda, and Dora regularly keep in contact with me and Maya through LRCD, with later calling me every night to tell me about how her day went and having a discussion with me on topics she didn't understand in today's lectures that are given to her by Andromeda, which is something every wizarding provides to their kids of 9 or older. Sometimes I also joined in with her to take the potion making lesson by Andromeda, who is a master level potion mistress herself. Other than that, Dora used the LRCD to call me whenever she had free time and she wanted to come to Haven and play with me. Chapter 9, Acceptance Letter from Hogwarts. Year and 7 months later, 25th of July 1991. Third person POF. Like every year at the start of the 3rd week of July, Hogwarts starts to send letters to children all over Europe in order to inform the children that are already studying at Hogwarts about the new books and other things they will be needed for their new semester, and acceptance letters to the new students that will be attending Hogwarts as the first years. The children of wizards are only sent a letter informing them about their admission at Hogwarts, whereas the kids that don't know anything about the wizarding world are personally visited by a faculty from Hogwarts, and that faculty is Minerva McGonagall, the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts. She is responsible for visiting these children's families and convincing them to send their children to study at Hogwarts. Minerva is currently standing in front of a 3-story mansion surrounded by 2.5-meter walls from all sides with a gate in front and 2 meters tall armor statues standing at both sides of the mansion's entrance. Minerva has a feeling inside her heart that says something is wrong here. According to what she has found out about the boy, there is no information about his birth and family. He suddenly appeared in the wizarding world 4 years ago. The only thing she knew about the boy is his name Evan Celsius, and he will turn 11 on 31st August of this year. 4 months ago he caused a small commotion in the wizarding world when he bought the whole Firebolt company in his name, and in the last 4 months, Firebolt has released 3 new models of broomsticks that vary in price and features. This has made the company earn a large amount of money in just 4 months. Not many people know about the identity of the new owner of the Firebolt company except the person, some of the high-level employees of the company, and some influential families, and Minerva is only able to know it because Albus has told her. Still standing in front of the mansion, Minerva thought to herself, Albus asked me to find out about this boy as much as I can, I can't understand what is going inside Albus's head, but as the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts I must understand the mentality of my students and show them the right path. Thinking that, Minerva entered the mansion premises, and when she took her first step she felt like she just passed through some sort of barrier. Keeping it at the back of her head, she kept walking until she was 10 feet in front of the mansion gates that is guarded by 2 armor statues. After looking at the armor statues beside the gate for a second, Minerva starts walking again but has to stop in her tracks as her way forward is blocked by the 2 armor statues that were standing near the gates a second ago, but just in a blink of an eye moved from their positions in front of her with their spear pointing at her. Minerva was shocked by the fast movements of the statues for a second, but as an old witch, she quickly took out her wand and took a fighting stance, keeping an eye on her surroundings and the movements of the 2 armors in front of her. Then something she has only seen once happened. One of the 2 pieces of armor in front of her spoke to her. "This land and the house on it is a personal property of our master and entry is banned for strangers," said the armor on the right. "Please state your name and your purpose to enter this mansion, so that we can inform our master and decide on the future course of action," said the armor on the left. Minerva was shocked on hearing the human speech from the armors in front of her, as the only statue she has heard speaking is Peeves the poltergeist that lives in Hogwarts for the last 400 years. After a minute of shock, Minerva composes herself and answers the questions asked by the 2 armor poltergeists. "I like to apologize for marching in without any prior notice. I am Minerva McGonagall. I am the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts, and I am authorized to convey to Mr. Evan Celsius an invitation to study at the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and thus I am here." Hearing her identity, the 2 armors lowered their spears and with a bow. Then the armor on the right said, "Thank you for telling us your identity, Professor McGonagall. Master has already informed us that you can come any day. Please proceed inside. Master has been waiting for your arrival." Saying that, both of them took their place on both sides of the door like normal statues. After letting out a sigh, Minerva continued her walk towards the door of the mansion, and just as she was about to ring the doorbell, the mansion's door was opened first by a 10-year-old boy with a height of 145 centimeters, night black hair, and blood-red eyes. On seeing Minerva, the boy says, "Good morning. How may I help you?" "Good morning. I am Minerva McGonagall. I am the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts, and I am authorized to convey to Mr. Evan Celsius an invitation to study at the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry," Minerva said in a dry voice, taking a yellowish envelope from the sleeve of her robe and handing it to the boy in front of her. On seeing the envelope, the boy's eyes sparkle and he says, "Oh, let me introduce myself. I'm Evan Celsius, the one you are looking for, Professor. Thank you very much for coming here to deliver this yourself. I have been waiting for it for days. Please come inside. Let me serve you some tea." After that, the boy leads Minerva to a room with a sofa and table. On her way to the room, Minerva noticed all the details around her, but the only things to take notice of were the decorations on the walls, some paintings on the walls with vases that stood on the stands beside walls in the corridor. After that, Minerva asked the boy if she will be needed to accompany him to the Diagonal Alley to buy things for his studies in Hogwarts, but the boy politely rejected her proposal, saying, "Thank you for the proposal, Professor, but I know about Diagonal Alley and has visited it many times in the past. About buying the things I will be required for my study in Hogwarts, I already have company for that. I know of a fellow first-year student of Hogwarts, and that student has just offered to accompany me on my trip to the Diagonal Alley to buy the things we will be requiring for our first year's study at Hogwarts. So I will be shopping with her today." With nothing to ask more of the boy, Minerva left there and left to go to the house of another Muggle-born wizard or witch. Chapter 10. Shopping at Diagon Alley. Evan Poff. After Professor Minerva left, I went to the library inside the house, where I saw Dora sitting on a sofa, busy reading one of the books that I wrote as a set that has a book for each subject that contains the entire curriculum of the said subject for the first year of Hogwarts. I have also written down a set like this for all the 7 years of Hogwarts during the last year and 7 months, and my motive behind going to Hogwarts is to get my hands on the books that are inside Hogwarts library and the secret books left behind by the 4 founders in Hogwarts, and discover the hidden secrets that Hogwarts holds, and only a few knew about them. As I sat beside Dora on the sofa, she stopped reading and put the book on the table in front of her, Then she looked at me and asked who was it. I didn't reply to her question but simply showed her the Hogwarts letter to her. She took it from my hand after a glance and threw it on the table beside the books. Then she looks at me and leans her head on my shoulder as she wraps her arms around my waist. Feeling her desire, I put my left arm around her shoulder and pat her head with my right hand. Feeling the comfort in my arms and due to my head pats, Dora starts to purr like an animal as she snuggles her head into my chest. In the last year and 7 months, the relationship between me and Dora has taken a huge leap and we have become as close as two people can be. We are now an open couple and her parents know about it too and have permitted us, after which we got engaged. That happened a few months ago. I have also started Dora's training after she joined my party 3 months ago. Right now she is 15 Latvian Lati with stats like the following. Dora Tonks, 11 years/O, female, high human, level 15, next level progress 13,156, 1,638,400 XP. Title, Water Princess. HP, 32,000. Indu, 100, regeneration, 1,625 per minute. MP, 22,500, 23,500, Ether N. 10, regeneration, 6,175 per minute. Strength, 350. Endurance, 320. Intelligence, 370. Agility, 350. Ether energy, 2,350. Regeneration, 5 per minute. Combination of both mana and chakra that contains properties of both types of energy. Diluted origin energy, locked unlock at level 50. Luck, 200. Charm, 180. Karma, 73,590. Stats points, 85. 5 stats points on every level up. Attribute stats can be increased by training and other things. Skill PT, 57. On every level up, 5s.p will be added. Skills, unique skills, metamorphosis, unique skill, active skills, spirit, rank S, nerves of steel, rank A, concealment, rank S, occlumency, rank S, instant recall, mind palace, photographic memory, energy control, rank A, greater than, shape manipulation, rank A, reinforcement, rank B, levitation, rank B, observation haki, rank A, movement sensing, presence sensing, power level, emotion sensing, danger detection, rank A, element manipulation, rank B, water, wind, fire, lightning, earth, greater than, elemental fusion, rank C, rune magic, rank C, transmutation, rank D, greater than, alchemy, rank D, transfiguration, rank D, chant annulment, rank D, CQC, rank B, swordsmanship, rank C, skywalk, rank B, double growth rate, double skill points, double stat points. Passive skills, language comprehension, concealment, occlumency. Dora's 5 elements of element manipulation skill are as follows: 1 water, 2 wind, 3 fire, 4 lightning, 5 earth. Whereas I am about to reach 50 Latvian Lati in a few weeks due to the large amount of experience I needed to level up as the Evan Holmes, 11 years/O, male, royal high human, warrior mage, level 48, next level progress 2568745678276552356294995342131200 XP. Title, Other Half of the Multiverse, God of Destruction, Elemental Spirit. HP, 86,400, 86,400, Indu, 100, regeneration, 14,850 per minute. MP, 65,600, 65,600, Ether N. 10, regeneration, 13,120 per minute. Strength, 856. Endurance, 864. Intelligence, 924. Agility, 879. Luck, 1,200. Charm, 350. Ether energy, 6,560. Regeneration, 1,312 per minute. Combination of both mana and chakra that contains properties of both types of energy. Origin energy. Locked unlock at level 50. Chi 3675. Karma 747,736,590. Stats points 240. 5 stats points on every level up. Attribute stats can be increased by training and other things. Skill PT: 146. On every level up, 2s.p will be added. Skills: Maya's Blessing. Special: the blessing granted by the strongest being in existence. The will of the multiverse. My lover. Get stronger. Rank X. Grants a 10% increase in experience and an increased recovery during sleep. Destruction. Rank X. If the host's life is in mortal danger, Maya will force the host to transfer back to Haven and destroy that enemy along with everything in the world. Unique skills. Talent. Unique skill. Vibration control. Unique skill. By Eringan. Unique skill. Hypnosis. Illusion. Micro motion capture. Energy sight. Moment copy. Right eye. Amaterasu. Left eye. Kigatsuchi. Suzu. Dragonification. Unique skill. Parallel processing. Unique skill. Shadow servant creation. Unique skill. Devour. Unique skill. Metamorphosis. Unique skill. Royal high human physique. Unique skill. Regeneration. Recovery. High comprehension. Energy control. Energy resistance. Active skills. Spirit. Rank S. Nerves of steel. Rank S. Concealment. Rank SS. Danger detection. Rank S. Occlumency. Rank SS. Instant recall. Mind palace. Photographic memory. Higher comprehension. Legilimency. Energy control. Rank A. Greater than. Shape manipulation. Rank A. Reinforcement. Rank B. Observation haki. Rank S. Movement sensing. Presence sensing. Power level. Emotion sensing. Intention detection. Future sight. Chi sensing. Armament haki. Rank S. Hardening. Imbuement. Emission. Internal destruction. Conqueror's haki. Rank S. Domination. Incapacitation. Pressure. Infusion. Observation killing. Analyze I. Rank S. Natural world magic. Rank S. Animal language. Plant manipulation. Calming aura. Weather control. Smithing. Rank S. Concealment. Rank S. Rune magic. Rank S. Greater than. Enchantment. Rank S. Transmutation. Rank A. Greater than. Alchemy. Rank S. Transfiguration. Rank A. Cooking. Rank S. Element manipulation. Rank A. Greater than. Elemental fusion. Rank A. Chant annulment. Rank A. Mystical arts. Rank A. Greater than. White magic. Rank A. Black magic. Rank A. Weapon master. Rank A. CQC. Rank A. Skywalk. Rank S. Army command. Rank A. Multi-shadow clone. Rank A. Herculean strength. Rank A. Meditation. Rank A. Greater than. Thought acceleration. Rank C. Double growth rate. Double skill points. Double stat points. Passive skills. Talent. Unique skill. Language comprehension. Concealment. Occlumency. With the elements of element manipulation, skill is as follows: 1 space, 2 time, 3 light, 4 shadow, 5 earth, 6 lightning, 7 wind, 8 fire, 9 water, 10 life, 11 death. If you were to look carefully, you would notice that my age is shown as 1 year older than what it should be. It is all due to the time I spent inside the instant dungeon in the last 5 years. My race has also changed from high human to royal high human. It's due to evolution after I reach level 25. After every 25 levels up, I or anyone who is a part of my party will go through an evolution. My next evolution will be at level 50. Normal high human only has high magic, whereas royal high human has both strong vitality and large amounts of magic reserves. You can also see Water Princess Indora's stats as a title. She got it from her masterful use of water magic. Whereas my titles are other half of the multiverse that I got because of being Maya's husband and god of destruction, because of the destruction I always cause when I fought inside my instant dungeon. After sitting for a while like that, Dora and I changed into proper clothes to go on our shopping trip. I also took a pouch filled with galleons and a black suitcase with a space expansion enchantment on it to store the things we will be buying. Then I asked Dora for her hand to teleport. Dora, your hand please. Dora grabs my hand with a smile even after knowing that I was not required to touch someone to teleport them with me. It is just because I want to hold her hand. Then I teleported both of us through Haven into an alley. After we exited the alley, we headed for the door of the nearest establishment, the sign of which read, "The Leaky Cauldron." Entering the establishment, we found ourselves in a gloomy Gothic tavern with a not very pleasant contingent. People here looked like they were homeless. Just a little bit. We silently walked through the Leaky Cauldron hall and out into the backyard of the establishment. Then I took my wand out of my sleeve and touched the bricks in the wall with a W pattern. They instantly began to disperse to the sides, opening the passage. Diagonally was diagonal. Numerous Old English style houses and shops looked oblique. People in all sorts of clothes walked everywhere. Sometimes, there were really unique characters that looked more like regular clients of the local mental hospital. Every now and then, owls flew overhead with letters or parcels in their paws, and teenagers in robes scurried about. The adults were actively bargaining at the counters. In general, the place is impressive, contrasting when compared with the ordinary world. From though we went to buy a compass, a telescope, and so on, and put all of them into my suitcase. Potion making ingredients were bought in 4 kits, 2 of them shipped to Hogwarts and 2 to my house on their own. The purchase of robes and dragon gloves went through a routine. In Madame Malkin's store, 2 more guys were buying robes, but they were older. I and Dora were put on a stool and measured with enchanted instruments. About the desired fabric, I said that it would be nice if the material is of the highest grade, non-marking, wear-resistant, and does not look like a bag of potatoes. Madame Malkin nodded and muttered something about the high price range. 20 minutes later, I and Dora became the owners of the individual set of 3 everyday robes, a winter raincoat, dragonhide gloves, and other little things. Also, we both had to take a set of school uniforms in dark grey to wear at the time of the sorting hat event. Thank you for listening. Like and share this video and subscribe the channel for notification alert for the continuation of this audiobooks.